Shout out to all the fellas. Let's just talk about it real quick. The pleasure's ours, man. Too, too many times dudes have been trying to please women, trying to please their family, everybody around them. And dudes, none of y'all wasn't benefiting from what was happening. None of y'all. Let's just be real. Um, so now you're at a point where, just like we talk about travel doctrine, you at a point where you are in control of your own happiness, man. So the pleasure's now yours. Um, Again, dudes choose what they want to do with their own pleasure. Shout out to all my people that in Passport We Trust, MWIOC, the M Group. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Uh, the day ones, man. Not the dudes that faded away. If they still around, shout out to them. Um, but I'm sitting here chilling. We're about to get on the group call in a second. So I said, let me chop it up with the fellas. Um, and let me just explain this about this channel, right? There's two sides to this channel. I do some videos where it's not controversial. It's not about dating or marriage because they consider that controversial. I don't know how. But it's not about that. So sets of videos that I have all for travelers, and then I go into my dating spiel just made for men. So I just want to clarify that. So in the future, when y'all see people on here, it's an overarching travel a joint, and then from there we go and we put it for everybody. But that's what I do here. And but like the fellas have taken the pleasure back, right? Because let's just be real. There's no pleasure in dating and marriage in America. There is none, right? When you replace something with something that so many fellas are used to, you gotta fill it in the empty space. So if you take dating and marriage from men in America, give them dating and marriage in foreign lands, and that's what we have done, and that's what our main focal point we get around is. But there's certain other things that come from that, right? Just like family. They used to have arranged marriages, and they just want you to focus on marrying that woman. That's all the family structure was about back in the day. So people's like, oh, y'all talk about this. Um, Hopefully I'm back, man. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm back. But y'all focus on this too much. Y'all even back in the day, they wanted you to just focus on women, like hundreds of years ago, thousands. Oh, it's all about family. Get with that woman, and you go from there. Basically, get with that woman, get married, and go from there. So, um, we're doing that, but we're doing it in the same vein and fashion, but we're doing it on our terms, right? We're not doing it exclusively for somebody else to get the pleasure from it, and that's what I tell a lot of fellas, man. So, um, I'm just thinking, cause you know what it is. You at peace when you know you're about to have a blast. You know you're about to do something with a group of fellas that share the same like minds. Yo, that's a wonderful feeling, yo. That's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Um, I got some things I'm putting. I got some things I'm about to put on video. Not women. I'm talking about some adventures. So, yo, y'all going yeah, if y'all don't like adventure, if y'all just think this is see, the reason why I deleted my last channel because it was too many dudes only focus on one thing. And the evolution of me, yes Jonas is in Passport We Trust, travel doctrine, passport doctrine, um, the MWIOC thing, the M group, all of that is part of it. So that's the evolution, and you got to evolve too. So, and people around you are supposed to witness it. You want them to be witnesses, not that you're trying to prove anything, but you want witnesses, right? Because if people say, well, you traveling and nothing changed about you, but if they say you travel and you got a difference, Like, being more selfish, that's a good thing. Being more selfish to people that just want to sit around and take, that's a good thing. That's a damn good thing. Um, Shalom, Yaquab. What up, bro? Um, that's a damn good thing. That's a damn good thing. So that's what you want to do. Like, there's certain mosquitoes trying to get me, but there's certain things that you want to shout out the travel doctrine that you actually want to take in. So there's certain things that you want to take in that you want to get from travel that should come from travel, and people should witness it. Because when I started travel, I became more selfish. Giving away your money to people that do what they want with their money and then borrow what they need. No, that's backwards. So you usually chilling with your money, buying all of this, and then you come to me, hey, yes, could you help me out? Man, go to the nearest bridge and jump off and don't stop until your face hits something. I'm not giving you anything. But like, when people around you, they less disciplined, they less. Now, if you do something for your own happiness and greed, and you're cool, that's on you. If you want to give somebody money just to make yourself feel good, like, that's a mistake. And I've learned that mistake also. Like, giving somebody something to make yourself feel good, bro, that tells that your discipline is not fully there yet. And I fall into that category sometimes too. So, David Israel, what up? 6, bro, and we are. But that's what I fall into. So if you make those changes when you come back, yo, the pleasure should be, again, the pleasure is ours. Nobody should be getting pleasure from you at this point at all. They shouldn't be. No, no. So you can lose who you are, so they can be happy. That was never a good thing. I don't know who taught us that. Many philosophers have delved into that. They tackled, like, those type of thought processes, and it's not a good thing. It's never been a good thing for men, especially not in this mental stage of life that we're in. Everything is more mental. The attack on us as men is more mental. They're trying to use our mental because they don't want to let you get physical, and they got other men to put you in your place just in case you do lose it or something like that. Just in case you don't adhere to what they trying to remove from us men. So that's why we got to counter. We got to counter what's being done. And that's why we're taking dating and marriage back, because that's where a lot of money, time, and attention goes to. And that's what I'm telling fellas here. So when you get the pleasure back, you're good. Most dudes, they think they was going to get pleasure and feel better that they traveling. Nah, it wasn't that. You thought it was that, but it wasn't that. So now we got to go into, what is it? You got to sit on somebody's couch who is state certified, board certified, government certified, so you could get those answers. Because I'm like, yo, again, so that's number one. You should come back and you should be more selfish. That's number one. Number two, the second thing, you should come back, you should see an increase in your finances when you return. I don't care where you go, because that place should have triggered something in you. Whatever you visited the first time should have triggered something in you to where you get your hustle on like never before. I'm talking about, I just got finished sweeping restaurants. Anything that you do on the side, anything you do to make money, I call that sweeping restaurants. So when y'all hear me say that, that's interchangeable. So get out there and sweep restaurants, yo. If you got to do what you got to do to get to that money legally, go do it. Because you should come back and if you got to pay little kids, sell waters on the side of at the park, get a permit or something like that, go do it. But you should be sweeping floors. You should be coming up with some ways to leave the people that give you the entertainment, leave that alone. Everybody, this one guy he said, yo, everybody should just do YouTube. And I'm like, man, do you see how angry some of these YouTube people are? It's like, as soon as they create a YouTube channel, they become bitter because nobody's watching their channel. Nobody's hitting the thumb. Like, you can't let that get to you, yo. it's gonna bother you if you're not used to attacks about people who are. You know why I survived YouTube and somebody said, yo, you'll be gone in 6 months. No, I'm not. I'm still here in this years later because it don't bother me. I learned how to tune the internet out once I click in. And even when I'm on here, I'm tuning some things out. That's why I adjust my channel so people can put certain words in the chat box. You see what I'm saying? It has to get approval, and if nobody ever approves it, the audience doesn't see it. And the more people put different things in there, the more I'm gonna add those to it. So you can adjust to certain things. And I adjusted to YouTube. And I'm telling fellas that's like those are the things you need to do to trigger something, right? So it should be an increase in finances regardless. I don't care what you're doing. Because think about it, if you stop, I had this discussion with somebody close to me, yo. And I want to do a separate video on it, but I'm gonna talk about it here on Saturday, right? We had a discussion about, yeah, some dudes can't get ahead in life. And I'm like, I don't think that's true. And they like, what? I said, I don't think that's true. It's like, yeah, the government holding you down. So I said, hold up. I said, if you find somebody, now we got extreme situations, extreme circumstances, extreme situations of things that are happening that you can't control. Those are extremes. We're not gonna go there. But I said the average person, if you go through what they spend, mismanagement. They mismanaged their private area. Now they got babies that they didn't want, they didn't need. Now if you had a baby and you happy to have your child here, that's different, right? Especially if you like me, you like close to your 40s and your first child or something like that. That's different. You got a baby that you grown now and you want to go have another one. That's different. You want to go create a family overseas. That's different, right? But what I'm saying is, he told me that some people can't get ahead, the government isn't, and I'm like, hold up, that's not true. I said, if I go in that person's life, I can show them all the avenues of mismanagement, and a lot of people are not ready for that. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, they mismanage their heart. He said, what do you mean? They mismanage their feelings. All our heart is connected to feelings, that's it. All of those are, that's intertwined with that quote unquote heart. I said, they mismanage their feelings. They get with a woman or get in a relationship that they know is bad for them, and they try to escape it and alleviate the truth of them mismanaging their feelings to use it as a scapegoat. I said, that's number one. I said, number two, they mismanage their finances. I said, what do you mean? I said, you can go through the whole list of stuff that they're buying. I said, they spend about $200 on snacks. They mismanage their finances. I said, they mismanage their religious practices. He's like, what do you mean? I said, they'll go to church knowing that these churches are just taking money and ain't helping or healing or doing none of that. It's all hogwash. All it is feel-good medicine, and they'll go mismanage their religious practices and give all their money away. Or know they don't even know the books that they're studying. That's mismanagement. I said, they mismanage their anger. The stuff that they shouldn't be angry about, right? Especially if they made the decisions to do it or interact in that, they mismanage all of that. So you mismanage your anger, it's gonna put you in prison. It's gonna put you in jail. It's gonna put you in turmoil. It's gonna put you on a headache when you mismanage your anger. You see how this works? I'm like, whenever there's mismanagement, again, whenever there's mismanagement, there's chaos. Whenever there's no order, no rule, there's chaos. You know that term? I'm just using this for the mismanagement. It's the same damn thing. Whenever you mismanage things in your lives, whenever you mismanage, you bear the burden of that. Then you try to point the finger. Now you mismanaging, now here's the crazy part of it. Now you're mismanaging accountability. You're literally sitting in front of our face mismanaging your accountability. Yo, I don't agree with that mindset. I don't agree with that ideology. I do not agree with you trying to blame everything external when it all has to do with you internally. That's why people don't like me, because I agree with holding people on what they've done, their actions. That's why most of these travel dudes don't want to hear from me. That's why they don't share my streams and none of that. That's why I got a rare few guys that really rock with me. Bob, what up, yo? That's why I got a few guys that really rock with me. This is very few, because my philosophies on travel, mine, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, I'm talking about me. My philosophies on travel are totally different. Wherever there's mismanagement, there's chaos, there's disorder. And most of the guys that I know, that I talk to about this travel, they got to break from all of the mismanagement things in their lives. And dudes don't want to hear that, because that's like a conservative ideology. That's like, yo, he shouldn't be saying that. We should be able to blame women and get away with it. No. We should be able to blame the government holding us down and get away with it. No. We should be able to point the finger to this. No. You mismanage your life. And now you say, oh, well, I was taught this way. Yes, you were taught that way. We get it. I'm like, yeah, yo, the women did a number on you growing up. But now you have the opportunity to not mismanage your life anymore. And I'm like, dudes don't like it like that. They want to blame. They want to point. Ladies don't like it like that. They want to blame. They want to point. No, miss me with that. Men and women, miss me with that. You mismanage your... When you mismanage your mouth, you know they got to cancel culture. You know you don't have the economics and the resources to combat this cancel culture. You know you don't have 40,000 saved, 20,000, 10. You know you ain't got nothing saved. You live from paycheck to paycheck because you buying Jordans, you taking women out, you going to partying, you making bad decisions with your income. Mismanagement. There's chaos. You know you're doing all of this, and now you want to point the finger? No. There was one dude who went in a nightclub. He went in a stripper. He went in a dance club. He just won the lottery, $500. He put $1 on the quick pick, cash 3, pick 3, right? He won $500 that he didn't have that day. So he was up $499 minus the dollar that he spent on the ticket. He went to a strip club later that night, told them he wanted $500 in ones. They brought a cart out full of $100 bills, and he took it off there, started throwing the money in the air, and then walked out. And you mean to tell me I'm supposed to listen to this guy a year from now blame the government? Blame all his problems on everything external? No. And I'm telling like you, even before I started YouTube, I'm like, sit on somebody's couch, yo. Y'all heard me since I've been coming on here. Go lay on somebody's couch. Years ago. And dudes look at me, oh, I want to blame. Well, we ain't going to be, you and I can't be friends. I don't deal with, you and I can't be friends. You mismanage your body. I smoke cigars, so whatever come behind smoking a cigar, I got to deal with. If I lose my breath because I'm mismanaging the use of my lungs, look at how I look at this. If I'm mismanaging the use of my lungs, I got to bear the burden of smoking cigars. I got to bear the burden. And I'm like, it's time for you guys. The pleasure's ours. So why are you going to live in misery, yo? No. I refuse to say no. No one else is going to take the power. Not even this cigar. Because I could just drop this. People say, yo, man, you be playing the cash 3, cash 4 a lot. The pick 3, pick 4 every day, all day. I was burning so much money, I just dropped it. Because it's called discipline. It's called control. Just dropped it. I told them, people say, man, you don't play no more? Man, you ain't played for years. Yo, you used to win all that money. But look how much you lose. I just dropped it. I logically broke down, mathematically, which is logic, broke down the plus and minuses, broke down my advances on what I've done with winning the lottery. And I was like, okay, this outweighs that. It's a balance. So if I'm going to put my money into something, right, and I'm going to create a balance, I'm going to create something that I can. Watching at the airport on my way to Rio. Oh man, Pat Dewitt, I forgot you leaving. Shout out to you, bro. Going to Rio. Shout out to you, man. We'll be out there with you soon. But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, this is crazy to me. This is bananas to me. And that's why people like, man, you gonna get a new car? I'm not getting a new car. Patrick said the airport and he's still donating. Shout out to you. Thanks a lot for the cash out, bro. Enjoy yourself out there, man. I'm like, I'm saying to myself, if somebody else sent the cash app, my bad, because somebody sent some message or something when I first got on, but I didn't see it. So I don't know if it's a cash app or one of my text messages. But I'm saying to myself, I'm like, yo, whatever comes from me smoking, whatever comes from me, I know the outcomes of me travel. So if something comes up that I've done something, I'm going to take onus of it because I'm not going to mismanage my accountability. And everybody who knows me know that. And so if I do something, people are shocked. Yes, you did this? Yo. And I'm like, I'm still human. I still make those errors. But I'm going to learn from that. Like a smart person learns from others' mistakes. And I've been doing that damn near about 65% of the time in my life. Now the other, we gonna have to, So that other 35% is off. It's literally off. So, but I'm like, yo, it's time for us to be like, the pleasure's yours. So everything you do, everything you've been doing, it's time to bring the pleasure back in your life, bro. It's time for you to feel good every time you get a damn paycheck. It's time for you to feel good if you are going to go to a gentleman's club overseas and you in a secure, cool position and you say, yo, you ain't just gonna meet anything off the street and bring into your hotel or Airbnb. Cool. Now again, people might see a problem with it in other people's eyes, these moralistic type people, right? But you know what's good for you if you're gonna do something, how to be safe about it, how to go about it in the correct way, how to be, again, my audio read is on my Patreon. My whole book, The Art of It, that's on my Patreon. So all my Patreon get to sit there for over 30 minutes and listen to my book. Because I ain't put it on YouTube because I'm like, what's the purpose? Dudes don't listen to it. Every time I put something on YouTube, rarely nobody listens to it. So I said, well, let me put the audio for the people that actually pay and give me their little $5 every month. And again, some dudes even donated $10 just because it was so small. They start making a $10 pledge every month. It's like, this it? For this good content? Let me do $10. So, but it's time to bring the pleasure back into your lives. And I learned that the hard way. That was a difficult lesson to learn in my life, but I learned it. I learned, damn, I got 15 minutes before I got to get off of here. So I learned about that. It's time to bring the pleasure back in our lives as passport men. The clip of the book was fire. Well, nobody really listened to it, so I took it down. I deleted it. So I don't know if they don't like the way the lady reads, but it's on Patreon. Pat, you're on the Patreon, so you could get it if you want to listen to it. But that's something that's important. That's like real important. Like Cat saying, yo, I see why these dudes are happy. Yes, because we brought it back in our lives. See, you dudes like to stay on the surface with pleasure. You see how I always go in depth about conversations and interactions? Because it's more than just the surface. They want you to stay on the surface with your thinking and ideology. And then they say, damn, got him. No, that's why we got to go beneath the layers of skin. How you bring pleasure back? You manage your internal self right from your feelings on. Just bottom line. Because we know what dopamine creates. We know all that shit. It's been regurgitated throughout the years. I don't need to bring the basic scientific facts about it. We all know about it. They put it out there for years for us to gravitate to. So all I'm saying is travel doctrine. You gotta do it. You gotta measure up. I got T-shirts out there. I don't say, yo, none of y'all buying my T-shirts. I hate y'all. No. I don't say none of y'all buying my. No. Whatever my books or anything is supposed to reach is going to reach those who it's supposed to reach. Like over time, I had to realize that. Y'all see, my people like, yo, you really don't talk about your books and your T-shirts in the way that you should. You don't gotta advertise on your channel. You don't, because it doesn't bother me as it once was when I had my other channel. Now I'm like, let dudes do what they want with their time. I mismanage the correct way to advertise. I take the onus for that. I'm cool with that. You got to pay somebody to advertise for you. Cool. And they don't want dudes like me able to exist out here teaching guys how to manage everything. Again, because when there's mismanagement, there's chaos. Again, like the story in the Richest Man in Babylon. Y'all can say, oh, you black people just caught up to that. I heard other black people downing other black people for reading the Richest Man in Babylon. Sick to me. That's a twisted ideology, bro. Anybody like that, I don't need to be around. I don't care how sensible they are, how intelligent they are, how dumb they are. I don't care. You somebody, because somebody's reading a book and trying to get the grasp of it and glad to share that they found something within that book, you're hating on them? Crazy to me. When we do pick up a book, they saying, if you want to hide it from such and such, put it in the book. When we do read the book, you're still scolded. This is like weird to me, this ideology, right? So that's why I say, this is why I told you I brought the pleasure back. Because if you listen to people on the internet, bro, that'll really make you insane. All of these dudes who stay on the internet, just listen to the way they talk, who always on channels, who always, these dudes sound like they one click away. They like, yo, they seem like they one click away from going over the edge. So we shouldn't be like that. We got our passport, bro. Y'all want this vengeful nature. You mismanaging your vengefulness. That's why you're so angry, because you mismanaging what you. No. Be vengeful on your life for you not doing things correctly. For you letting people talk you into stuff. You got the chance to do it back. Most of the people who can't even do what you're doing right now, they're in the grave. They can't do what you're doing. Mark B, what up, bro? Shout out to your donation the other day. That was a big one. But they can't do what you're doing right now. They're in a grave. So they don't have a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh chance. You do. Now you got your whole mindset management. Sweep floors, management. Gain, management. Learn, management. And bro, you'll be dope. You'll be dope. I don't have to be in these circles on these little circles on YouTube to make these guys make themselves feel good. No. If I see somebody as an individual doing something, I'm going to say, yo, I like the way this person is doing. That's how it should be. But if, yo, he don't come on our shows. He don't be part of us because we just talk about travel. Who gives a hell? Who are you? Who are you? Have you made sense in the past and did you stick to that? I stick to one way, my philosophical views on travel. And I still didn't budge, even when I don't get views. I still didn't budge. I'm like, why the hell am I going to budge? Because this is in me. I genuinely like my pseudo-philosophy, a pseudo-intellect. Don't care. They don't bother me. And I'm trying to get dudes to do that. I'm like, yo, so because people are not in these little enclaves where everybody get together and say, yo, forget these women. I don't want to be part of that. I'm like, yo, when you even if you join these panels and you're an individual, make sense out of it. Take it below the surface. If you're that type of person, not all day, every day, because when we out the country and you trying to philosophize when we got these beautiful women in front of us, I'm like, man, get your ass away from me. I'm like, dude, you crazy. I got a beautiful woman out of my face and you telling me this philosophical jargon and we on a paradise. Are you crazy? Get out my face. So, no, that's when you're going too far. You should be out there having fun, doing your thing, being safe about it, but still knowing your surroundings, doing like this, not drinking too much, but still having a blast. So that's what I want to chop it up. Bring pleasure back. The pleasure's ours. So bring it back. And the only way you bring it back is management. That's the only way you can bring it back. You can't bring it back outside of nothing that you can't. No amount of women that you sleep with is going to bring it back. It's not going to happen. No amount of dudes that you curse out on YouTube or the internet gangbang, not going to happen. Not going to happen. You can keep going and all of you is going to make you eventually go crazy. You're going to leave your house and then do something that's going to get you either dead or landed in jail or harming somebody else, and that's going to get you dead or in jail. So don't let them take your pleasure, man. Get your pleasure back. Management is the only way you get your pleasure back, bro. Because you know how you work for a company, right? And it's all over the place. You're like, damn, I hate this. Damn, I hate the manager. But when you got them dope-ass managers that come in, them dope-ass people that put the job together, you like, yo, I love working here. That's how your life should be. You are everything. You're the CEO, you're the boss, you're the sweeper-upper. Everything is in you internally. Everything. There's nothing that's outside of you that you can. You're the job, you're the CEO, you're the environment, you're the building, you're the chairs, you're the computer. Everything that you can say about a good job or good or whatever you love doing in life, you're that internally. And dudes need to understand it and get that back. You're everything of that sort internally. So, always come on here trying to drop jewels so you dudes have a different approach to how you do this travel. It takes a real person to relate to what you're talking about. A lot of these dudes are clowns, to be honest. Yeah, that's what J. Clyde telling me. He said, bro, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you talk to these fellas and knowing that they're not going to take it in. They're going to get off your YouTube and go. J. Clyde always told me that since day one. Rod told me that. Man, a lot of guys in Rod, they like, these dudes are taking damn near a quarter of what you say. And that stuff be on point. They say, I don't see why you waste your time. And I'll say, well, it's for whoever can get it. And it's rare that somebody gets it, like Pat said. But it's rare. But I'm still going to put it out there. And I'm not going to be angry, upset to put it out there. Because some days, you know, you're on one. You're on one. And I might come live one day and be on one. I'm not saying I'm absolved from that. But, Jordan, what up? Shout out to you, man. But, yeah, we in there like swimwear with no scuba gear. Oh, we in there. So, man, it's a dope-ass experience, man. It's a dope-ass experience. I had a vision, right? That I was in the jungle, right? And I was canoeing. We was on a canoe or paddling, whatever it's called. We was on there, and I had these protective sleeves on there that could take the bite of a gator or a crocodile. And the crocodile tried to bite me and couldn't because I had these metal plates on my arm. So all I did was hug the crocodile and let him keep spinning and spinning and spinning until he tired himself out. And then I took my blade out my pocket and stabbed him in the top of his head and killed him. I had a dream, a vision about that. It's crazy. Like I'm on some Crocodile Dundee. But so that's giving me a vision that I need to create something. Anytime I get those visions or dreams, I need to create something. So, Jilliana? What is she doing? Jilliana. What are you doing on? Oh, man. J. Clyde. Where's J. Clyde when you need him, boy? Where's J. Clyde? Oi, como vai? Where's J. Clyde when you need him, boy? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. All right, with that being said, I gotta go. Something just happened. Peace out, people. Oh my God.